Good morning, Madam Witness. Welcome to this Commission of Inquiry into Local Government Councils and related matters. You may kindly place your bag on the table. Your file. Okay. Can you stand here? Okay. You face that camera. Take the mic, and you may kindly take the mic close to your mouth, please, when I speak. Okay. What is your religion?
Muslim.
Yeah, can you speak into the mic, please?
Yes, I am a Muslim.
In which language do you wish to make your testimony?
In English.
Okay. Do you wish to swear by the Holy Quran or make an affirmation?
I want to make an affirmation.
Okay. Madam Chair, the witness wishes to make an affirmation. Okay. You use your right hand. Okay. Your right hand. Raise that into the air and repeat after me.
Okay.
I, Adama Bojang, do solemnly, sincerely, and truly declare and affirm that the evidence I shall give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Thank you. You may be kindly seated. Madam Chair, the witness is sworn. I have the honor to hand over the witness to you for us to proceed.
Good morning, Madam Bojang.
Good morning.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Have you had your breakfast?
Yes, indeed.
Thank you. Council, can we proceed?
Thank you. Please tell us your name.
I am Mrs. Adama Bojang.
Your address?
From Brikama Area Council.
That's where you live? You live in Brikama?
I live in Brikama, Kabafita.
Brikama, Kabafuta?
Yes.
And you work for the Brikama Area Council?
Yes.
Since when?
Well, my first appointment was in 1997.
97?
Yes, as a rates clerk.
Rates clerk?
Yes.
Do you have your appointment letter?
Yes.
Can we please see it?
Well, actually, I don't have it here.
You don't have it with you?
Yes.
Please provide us your appointment letter.
Okay.
And when were you appointed as the Director of Planning and Development?
I was in my acting capacity.
When was this?
From 2006.
Around 6.
Then in 2013, I was confirmed as the planning director.
Do you have your promotion letter?
Yes, indeed.
Is it with you currently?
No, actually.
You don't have it?
Yes, I don't have it.
Please provide the same as well.
Inshallah.
Now,
Mr. Bojang, can you avail the witness a paper to write down?
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Your appointment letter and
Promotion.
your promotion letter to the current position.
Okay.
Now, you made 2 statements to the investigators, correct?
Yes.
We'll show you your statements, and please tell us whether those would be the ones that you have given to the investigators. You have the first on the 15th of November 2023?
Yes.
And the second, or the additional one, is on the 16th of May 2024, correct?
Yes, that was on Thursday, last Thursday.
Yes. Please go through these statements.
You want me to read?
You don't. I can't advise you as to how to go through the statements, but you have to confirm.
I did give this statement.
Okay. We apply to tender 2 statements from the witness Adama Bojang. The first is dated the 15th of November 2023, signed by the witness Adama Bojang. The second on the 16th of May 2024, also signed by the witness Adama Bojang and confirmed by her into evidence as an exhibit.
witness statements signed by Adama Bojang, which are as follows. The first statement dated the 15th of November 2023, and the statement dated the 16th of May 2024 are hereby admitted in evidence and marked together as LGC/AB/BKAC/001.
As the Commission pleases. Now, tell us your educational background.
Well, maybe starting from the highest to the lowest. Then my qualifications are as follows. I am a bachelor's holder from the University Extension Program.
Please increase your voice.
I said I am a bachelor's holder from the University Extension Program.
Okay.
And then I also have diploma in gender and development studies. Then I also went through Nusrat High School from 1991 to 1994, then to 96, obtaining both my O-level and A-level respectively. Then I went to St. Charles Wanga Primary School.
Now, as the Director of Planning and Development, how will you describe what your role is or your functions are?
Well, my role one of my role is to coordinate the development activities or programs within the institution, Brikama Area Council. My other role
to coordinate?
Yes. My other role is to supervise and also implement with other stakeholders all the development initiatives of council.
Now, between 2018 to 2023,
yes,
can you tell us the projects that the Brikama Area Council embarked on? Let's start with 2018, if you can remember any, and how you coordinated the project.
Okay, probably in 2018, during the tenure of Mam Said Jallo, the CEO,
yes.
What I can remember vividly was council paid its counterpart contribution to GAMWorks in the name of sub-projects.
Soft projects?
Yes. That is the construction of the office complex, BAC. We also have the construction of Nema Kunku Market, the construction of gravel road in Kusamai Bajagar. Then you also have the pavement of the frontage of the Brikama station up to the Church Johnson. Then the construction of the car park rear access road behind the car park connecting to the Kabafita Highway. And then we also have the construction of Latri Kunda Welingara. That was a joint venture by BAC and KMC. I remember those counterpart contributions were also paid. But we also embark on some road rehabilitations. You have refurbishment or rehabilitation of toilet facilities, public toilets, and then the list goes on.
Now, let's start with the issue regarding the office complex.
Yes.
Well, first, in relation to your office, do you have staffs that are directly under you?
Yes, indeed.
How many?
We are 18 in number.
18?
Yes, including myself.
Including yourself as the head?
Yes.
And you would be answerable to the CEO?
Yes, indeed.
How do you perform those functions? How do you report to the CEO in relation to the functions that you carry out?
You know, development is bottom up.
It is what?
It's bottom up.
Okay.
Most of these projects or activities are identified at ward level by our various ward councillors.
Yes.
Whenever they are identified, normally they start with the office of the chairman, who normally minutes those requests to the office of the CEO. And it is prudent upon the CEO to minute those correspondence to my department, either to carry out a feasibility study or what we call survey study or a site visit to attest whether those projects are actually the needs of the people or they need even council's intervention.
Now, of course, you will have the developments that will have to take place within the council, at the level of the council, and then the ward, at the level of the ward.
At the level of the council, we also identify projects emanating from our our strategic development plan from 2014 to 2020, which.
Do you have that? Do you have a copy?
Yes, I'll provide you with a copy after.
You will?
Yes, indeed. Not currently, but if I reach the office.
But you have mentioned that in your statement. I would have thought that you would have come with a copy.
Okay, sorry for that. And then when that one elapsed, we also got one from 2020 to 2024.
So just for a start, you said you have a strategic development plan for every year?
No, I said the first plan was 2014 to 2020.
Okay.
And then it was followed by another plan.
Who developed this plan?
The first plan, we had a VSO who facilitated the whole process.
A VSO?
A VSO, yes.
What is that?
A voluntary service overseas. Somebody volunteered.
Okay.
Yes, through the VSO office. Our office applied, and then we got one.
Yeah,
so
we need to know the meaning of VSO because it is a public hearing, and apparently, I know it is an abbreviation, right?
Yes.
So what will be the correct?
I think it's voluntary voluntary service overseer.
Service overseer.
Yeah.
Please proceed. So you have from 2014 to 2020.
And then when that one elapsed, then we had 2020 to 2024.
Okay.
That one was facilitated by our own ministry through Ministry of Finance, and then the funding came from UNDP.
UNDP.
Yes.
Right. Now, let's start with the developments within the council. You've spoken about the office complex.
Yes.
There's a whole new office built?
Yes.
Or was it refurbished?
No, it was a whole office built.
Tell us about it.
Well, these are the projects that GAMWORKS oversee.
GAMWORKS?
Yes, GAMWORKS.
Go ahead.
And then it's a story building which house the whole staffs and all departments.
GAMWORKS will oversee these projects.
Yes.
Did they do the actual construction, or was there a contractor awarded?
The contract was awarded.
Yes. We want you to tell us about this particular project, how it was awarded, and what role you played as a development officer.
Well, actually, what they normally do is, when they have funds,
yes,
or projects, they normally consult councils for councils to identify their development priorities. So in identifying our development priorities, we came up with these subjects, projects that I have already named.
Yes.
So during the feasibility studies, the GAMWORKS normally contract a consultant. From that consultant, they'll do the feasibility study. They'll come to council, ask us what we actually need. When we identify our needs,
yes,
and then they will go further,
yes,
to contract a contractor. Just to summarize.
Who was the contractor?
The contractor was Kurubali Construction for the office complex.
Kurubali Construction?
Yes.
Do you know whether it was open, it was subjected to the GPA rules, whether there was a tender process?
Yes, there was a tender process. In fact, we are normally invited throughout the process by GAMWORKS for us to witness.
Okay.
Yes.
What other development project did you embark on at the level of the council?
Then we also have some water projects, borehole.
Okay, go ahead.
We also have some public toilets rehabilitation and even roads construction.
The road construction?
Yes.
Was this also overseen by GAMWORKS?
No, for the road construction, we consulted NRA.
NRA?
NRA served as the consultant.
And then the contractor?
The contractor was, there was a bid, the whole process, it went through all the procurement process.
Yes.
Then later, contractors were identified.
Do you know the contractor?
Yes.
Please tell us.
For the gravel road in Tambana, we have what the contractor, the company name was General Procurement Trading.
Yes.
Yes, when it comes to the pavement of the box bar frontage,
yes,
we also have Savjas. And
right.
Then when it comes to the construction of Church Johnson to the Methodist Academy, we have the contractor named SAR Construction. And for the Jambar Sane, we also have Jigos Construction.
All right. Now, let me draw your attention to the construction of a market shed in Basodi village. Do you recall this?
Yes, these are what projects.
Do you know who is the contractor you recall?
Well, I cannot recall the contractor, because these are community initiated projects. They award their own contracts.
They award contracts?
Yes, because these are funds allocated to wards to empower communities,
now,
to initiate development on their own.
So you don't play any role in that?
Of course we do.
Tell us about the role you have
because
to play.
I was the principal signatory to the account.
The account?
Yes.
Why is that?
This was a delegated responsibility given to me by the former CEO,
Mamsit.
Yes.
That asked that you be the principal signatory to this account.
Yes, indeed.
So means you have oversight function.
Function, yes.
Now, why is that project not committed to you?
Well, I perform my oversight function together, let me say the directorate, because it's a department. We do visit the projects and provide reports, what we call status reports.
Right.
So actually, at the beginning, the projects were going fine, because as per their contract agreement, the first mobilization sum was paid, and then they reached that milestone, that is request for another payment, which I facilitated to sign. But then for Basori, what is happening is the decoration, what is called painting. Yes. Although they ran behind schedule.
The same thing as well with the construction of market shed facility in Brikama, Jida. The same issue as well, still ongoing.
Yes, it's still ongoing. These are what allocated projects.
What is left with that project?
These are some of the issues that I have raised. Because if you look at the Jida market,
you have raised with
the management, especially in particular to the ward council.
Yes.
Because this is one of the best market. And if you look at the market, instead of concentrating on the construction of the market, we did some 500,000. Because the initial BOQ which they presented, the total amount was 425,000.
Yes.
So, and when actually they were given 500,000. So when I asked the ward councillor concerned, how will you manage to fund the other 25,000?
Yes.
Then his answer was through community mobilization. So as they started the construction, the first payment was done. The second payment, when I initiated the second payment, signed the request that they should go for the second payment, they became so ambitious, and then decided to join toilet facility within the market. And that toilet, it has...
I don't understand. Who became ambitious?
I mean the community, the ward committee.
Yes.
Yes, because we work with the ward committee.
Yes.
So to me, the monies would not suffice.
Yes.
Both the market set and the toilet facility.
Yes.
Yes.
And that's the reason why it could not be completed.
It could not be completed after receiving the second payment.
Do you have a report to that effect?
Yes, I have some status reports of projects with me.
Please let's see.
Okay.
Do you have one for these two I have mentioned?
Well, normally I do it together with
Together?
other projects. Yes.
Let's
yes.
see that.
Okay. Maybe you can go through and see all those status reports.
You have the project report for 2021-2023, correct?
Yes. And then I also have some project activity report 2019. Sorry for.
And this is normally submitted to the CEO?
Yes, office of the CEO, and then copied to the office of chairman.
The chairman?
Yes.
We apply to tell what projects status report for the period 2021, 2022, and 2023 prepared and signed by the witness, Adama Bojang, and also Gambia Council Project or Activity Report 2019, and Brikama Area Council Activity Report from April to June 2019. These are different?
Yes.
They're different. You have one for between April to 2019, and the other is just 2019, yes. Correct?
Yes.
All evidence as an exhibit.
The activity reports of Brikama Area Council executed within the period under review are hereby admitted in a bundle, and the activities report are as follows. The first is status report of the pending ward allocation projects, which is dated the 17th of July 2023. The ward project status report dated the 10th of March 2021. The ward allocated project status report is 002.
As the commission places. Now, just to have information on this, do you have a register with respect to the development activities that the council will embark on in a given year?
I mean, where we have?
A development register.
Well, actually, we don't have a development register. What I understand from your statement is we have a file.
You have a file. Do you have the file?
Yes, this is my file copies, but then the file is normally in the office of the CEO, and sometimes they are separated. You call contract files, put together.
So, for instance, the activity report you have submitted for the period 2021, will that include all the projects for 2021?
Yes.
All the projects for 2021?
All the projects in 2021.
2021?
Yes.
And
you know,
2022
sometimes projects are ongoing.
Yes.
Sometimes it's not that particular year that they start, but they might be ongoing.
Yes, of course.
Yes. So these are some of the issues.
Naturally.
Yeah, naturally.
Now, there was a contract awarded to Jigo Construction.
Sorry,
Yes.
Council, before we get
Please proceed.
Madam Bojang, can you please provide us with your contract files?
The contract files.
Yes.
Well, the contract file is normally either with the procurement, who is the secretary to the contracts, or in the office of the CEO. But normally, I don't have in the possession of those contract files.
You think that is that the normal procedure, or is it based on what is contained in your guidelines? For instance, your schemes or your rules?
You know, we have different units and departments.
Okay.
And then we have the procurement unit that is responsible for the procurement of goods services. And then
Yes.
And the office of the CEO is normally where most of these contract files normally land.
Yes.
Yes.
So you, as the director of planning, we will request you to provide us with the contract files. Please note that.
Okay, inshallah.
Council, you may proceed.
Yes, I was making reference to a contract with respect to the construction of concrete pavement along Jambar Sane access road.
Yes.
The award was Jigo Construction. Do you recall this?
Yes, indeed.
Now, is the contract completed?
Well, the contract is the first phase is completed, but then the second phase that entails some shallow drainage along the pavement road is remaining. But council have defaulted in paying that the whole of the contract sum to Jigos. So to Jigo Construction.
How much is the award?
Well, the award is almost $9.9 million.
Yes, we have, $9,994,900 is the award?
Yes.
And you are saying that there was a default on council side?
On this council side.
And that is in relation to paying the second amount respect to the second phase?
Yes.
Why do you think there was this default?
Well, I think maybe the accounts people can better answer that.
Can explain that?
Yes.
But you don't have an information?
What I understand is council have defaulted.
And so as we speak, Jigo could not continue with this contract?
Yes.
Yes. Now, please proceed.
Now, Madam Bojang,
yes.
Are you telling the commission that you wouldn't know exactly why council defaulted in paying Jigo Construction as the director of planning?
Well, when we do attend meetings,
yes,
because we have quarterly meetings organized by NRA,
yes,
who serves as the consultant to these projects.
yes.
But normally, the frustration expressed is with councils, as we speak, we don't have funds. Okay. Yes.
Yes, that is why I had a challenge in appreciating the response in the, your response to the question that you don't understand why, you know, there was a default.
It's all lack of funds.
All right.
Yes.
Now, was this not budgeted for in the budget?
Well,
and if it was
these are roads projects that are normally budgeted in the budget.
Yes.
But to be quite honest, I think contract management is a key challenge. Okay. Because when I say contract management, when funds, because as council, when we collect, we spend. So obviously, when you budget, it doesn't mean that the money is already there. So this is normally what baffles us. So as councils, as they collect, they do pay those contracts. So this is why council normally will default. And that is as a result of poor management of contracts.
Yes.
Because funds are very key.
Yes, but yes, I may accept the fact that it is as a result of poor management of the contract, because the project was initially budgeted, and the budget has made its projection. Yes. And I believe your projection in the budget was that you will be capable of collecting that revenue to allow you to implement that budget. Is that not so?
Yes, indeed.
So if that is the case, I believe is the reason, I stand to be corrected, is the poor management of the funds that council have collected that resulted in the breach of this contract. Is that not the case?
It could be. As I said, you know, I'm not a financer. And actually, I cannot tell what actually transpired at that level.
At the level of finance?
At the level of finances.
That is acceptable.
Yes.
Thank you. Council, you may proceed. Oh, okay.
Madam, good morning.
Morning.
Do you, for this particular project, can you tell us what percentage of the project is being implemented?
Well, as I said, almost the work is almost completed. The tar road itself is done. The concrete road is done. It's a concrete road. But what remains there is those are the shallow drainage that comes along with the road.
Do you know the implication of not paying a contractor on time whilst project implementation is on? Do you know the implications?
Well, I know the implications.
You know the cost implication?
The cost implication is, you know, prices normally fluctuate.
Thank you.
Daily.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now, once you don't respect the payments, you realize that one, the works might be dilapidated.
Indeed.
And that has to be redone.
Yes.
That is cost.
Yes.
Secondly, you have inflation on the other side. That's another cost.
Yes.
Let me ask you, who is going to carry this cost? Is it the contractor?
Well, actually, I know it will be, the cost will be on council, because council have defaulted. Because the default is from our side, not the contractor. Yes.
In case
yes.
You don't want to pay, what happens?
Well,
and say that you've already signed our contract.
Pardon, I think, as I said, contract management, this should be stipulated in the contract agreement. In failure to, on either side of the party, then there will be a penalty or
on one party.
On one party.
All right, thank you.
This should be stipulated in the contract agreement.
All right, thank you.
Yes.
Let me just have, how much so far has been paid to Mr. Jigo? Do you have an idea?
Mr. Jigo?
Yes.
Well, I understand he was claiming 5.9 million. So that one was not ascertained to me. Okay. Maybe
please find out.
I can further
write it down and find out.
I can further,
how much was paid and how much is
I can further ask the finance director or the CEO then to provide.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Oh, yes.
Council, can you proceed, please?
Commissioner Joyner.
Good morning, Madam.
Morning.
My question is, before you award a contract to somebody, do you ensure that the funds are available?
Well, my role as a director is to identify those projects,
now,
and then give that technical advice. But when it comes to council, because I know these are projects that are being budgeted. So normally when projects are budgeted, the expectation is funds will be available.
And in all of these projects, do you have a consultant to verify works done and works that are left, and how much the cost would be?
Yes, for the roads we have NRA. Normally, NRA will work with council because of we don't have inadequate capacity at our level. Currently, as a council, we don't have an engineer, infrastructural engineer. So we do collaborate with other institutions, even with water resources when it comes to the drilling of boreholes. You know, these are very sensitive areas that we need experts to help council.
Now, when you say we collaborate,
yes,
do you pay them for their efforts?
The efforts are normally paid through honorarium allowances.
Through honorarium allowances?
Yes.
Not a fixed sum?
Not a fixed sum.
And what would you say is the average honorarium on payments on the projects?
Well, it ranges according to the milestone attached to the activities, from 25,000 to 50,000. Yeah.
Now, do you also monitor those milestones as an individual?
Yes.
You don't have to be a certified engineer, but you know that this work should have been completed,
yes,
based on the milestone that they have mapped out.
I do verify. When I verify, then I am also tasked to request on behalf of especially NRA staff that they have reached this particular milestone as per the agreement. Then later, then they are paid based on that.
My worry is that you sign a contract, the contract is 75% done, and there's a stalemate. Nothing is moving. And prices are escalating, everything is going up.
Well,
is it because you don't pay the consultant? That's why the consultant maybe might not be so worried about giving you up-to-date report. It could
NRA, they are a true partner, because they are always reminding council, writing. In fact, they often call quarterly meetings, which we will all attend, both the contractors, the council, and themselves.
Now, since when did this contract cease to continue?
Well, since 2022.
And how many quarters are there?
there were so many quarrels. But then, you know...
No, I mean, how many quarters are in the period that you ceased to operate?
In fact, many quarters.
And
then what actually we did was we invited...
Please, just allow me.
Okay, sorry.
Did you request for those reports, those quarterly reports?
From NRA?
Yeah.
No.
No, and you never sat on it as a council that this thing has been, it's been standing there for,
of course,
since 2022?
Yes, we do.
Have you complained?
We do complain.
In writing or just
You
verbally?
mean my department particularly?
Yeah.
Well, actually, sometimes I do mark to the office of the CEO to say I have come to make follow-up because the project is still at standstill. Yes.
But no
and,
evidence.
And NRA as a consultant will also ask council.
No evidence of a written consent?
Not from my end.
Not from
actually,
your end?
Yes, to the office of the CEO. But it's based on, sometimes I do walk into his office.
Because, you know, if somebody is doing something for you for gratis,
yes,
and there is a slowness in the execution of the works, there could be a reason why.
The reason I know is...
I know you said it's financial.
Yes.
But did you ever make any effort to redress that or address that?
The financial aspect?
Yeah.
Yes, we do discuss at senior management level.
And nothing has been put aside to say, you know...
Well, I can remember the first request, the last payment, when Jigo one day consulted me, he said my payment is still pending. So before I left for the 2022 Hajj, I went to the CEO's office and I asked him that Jigo is still following up. NRA, sometimes Abubakar, I'll be talking with Abubakar, exchange of emails, that some of these projects are still ongoing, not yet completed. But for Jigo, I'm quite so, council, we have defaulted. For the box bar pavement road, also we have, the contractor also could not live up to expectation in terms of his capacity.
My concluding inquiry into this whole thing about contracting. The wards are given some amount of money.
Yes.
Is it based on documents that they've sent to you, or it is just, oh, okay, we have 10 wards, we'll give each one of them 500,000, and that's it? You don't ask them to document what they want to do with your 500,000?
Of course they do.
And who would look into it and approve it and then give them the 500,000?
We have what is called the sub-development committee.
Yes.
Of the council.
Now, if there is a cost overrun, who do one blame?
If there is
a cost overrun. If I give you a project
and you fail
that should be funded with the 500,000.
Yes.
And you came back after 6 months and found out that the 500,000 is gone and the works are not 50% or 70% complete, there must be a cost overrun.
Yes, there must be a cost.
And who is responsible for that cost overrun?
It's either the council or the ward itself, because currently what the second phase of the disbursement, which cuts across all the wards, which was recently done, the idea was for those pending projects, they must use those funds to complete those pending projects.
I think
failure to do so, then council will come to act.
Now, the whole question was leading to your role as the director of planning and...
The first stage is to identify your project.
Yes.
Then it will followed by a design and a bill of quantity.
Yes.
And that bill of quantity determines whether the amount given will complete the works. And most of the bill of quantity that we receive at ward level are within the 500,000, except that of JIDA, which I mentioned earlier on, that the bill of quantity that they presented was 525,000. And when I asked, he said that 25,000 will be mobilized by the community, either being free level or through contributions.
Yeah, but as a director,
yes,
do you sign off on all of those documents?
No, I don't sign those documents because those documents emanate from the ward itself.
Yeah, but the ward presents it to you.
Yes.
To have a certain amount of money.
Yes.
Now, don't you certify that process?
Of course, what we have is, what I said earlier on, we have a committee. This is the development subcommittee. This committee normally vets. So when we vet and find out that those amounts correspond to the ward allocated funds, then actually the ward go ahead.
So for you, once that process has been scaled,
yes,
it means the work should be finished.
Of course,
100%.
It should be finished 100%.
But you are having difficulties.
Indeed. We have difficulties.
So what's the problem? You have given them the money.
The first.
Allow me. You've given them the money, 100%.
Yes.
To finance Project A. Later on, down the line, 4 months later, down the line, the 500,000 is gone. Project A is 75% complete. Whose fault is it?
Well, you know, here we are sampling 2 wards. But
Sorry?
I said we are now sampling 2 wards.
Yes.
That is Basori and Jida.
Yeah.
But the total allocation was done to 9 wards.
Yeah.
And in fact, the first allocation, some of the wards did very well.
No, let's take one word per example.
I understand some of the wards will finish within the stipulated time, But then for Jida, you know, in the interval, there was heavy downpour of rain. You know, that alone also hindered the progress of the... But what they did was having the market set at the same time, the toilet facility. That was the biggest challenge.
Madam,
yes.
I think you are deviating from my question. My question is,
yes,
you sent me a project,
yes,
A,
yes,
for 500,000.
Yes.
I provided you the funds 100%.
Yes.
You gave me a timeline.
Yes.
I checked through the timeline. You've expended all my money.
Yes.
But you haven't finished the job.
Yeah. In fact.
No, just hold on. Who do the community have to blame?
It's the council, of course.
And who is representing the council?
It's the ward councillor.
Who did the ward councillor give that funds, that proposal to?
Is the Brikama area council.
And who heads that division in the Brikama area council?
You have different players there. You have the office of the CEO and my office, which is also key.
And your office, what
yes.
did your office do?
My office is to provide reports.
That and how many reports have you provided? Because we are looking at 2022 to date.
I have provided a series of reports, and sometimes they do invite me to council sitting to shed more light. I think my role is to provide status report to the office of the chairman, office of the CEO, copy to the office of the chairman. And then the role here is the council to decide now.
I've never been in council, but I think if I give you money to build something for me,
yes,
for a certain period of time, within a certain period of time,
yes,
if it is not done, I will hold the contractor responsible to pay me. But if the contractor is saying, just hold on, the contractor here is the ward,
yes,
because you have given them 500 to the ward.
Yes,
I would hold the ward responsible.
Yes, the ward is responsible.
So what is the ward saying? That's what I wanted to come to say to this commission. Well, what has the ward been saying for all these quarters that they have not done anything? And the money has been spent, and you know a bag of cement has moved from $200 to up to maybe $400.
The ward will complain. Of course, they will complain. But in time for Jida, as I said earlier on, the first payment was done, the second payment was done. The total sum that was paid out was 400,000. Then the remaining 100,000 was still in their account.
Okay, I was just thinking that you would have somebody within your office who would be monitoring the timeline given.
We do monitor and report that this project is behind schedule. My role is to report, my department's role is to report to the office of the CEO, then we copy the chairman. But I don't reprimand.
The word reprimand never came from my mouth. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Yes.
Madam, there are 3 things here that has happened to the projects. One,
yes.
Is the bill of quantities coming from the wards good enough? Are they properly costed?
Yes.
It's done by an expert?
Yes.
You sure?
Yes.
Now, secondly, the mode of payment, how do you pay?
It's based on the contract agreement that emanates from the ward.
Now,
the first sum of the contract agreement is the mobilization, 150,000. Then later, when they reach a certain milestone of the building, then it will be followed by another disbursement of 250,000, which we did, yes.
Okay. Do you know that if you have a project of 500,000,
yes,
it is wrong to give mobilization fee 150,000? Do you know? It's way above mobilization fee. That is where the issues, mistakes started coming in.
Okay.
Mobilization fee cannot go beyond 20%.
Yes. If we follow strictly the GPP area.
That is what, no, this is by, in terms of good practices. If my mobilization fee should be 40,000, you give me 150,000, it is your fault. That's one. Two, when you doing projects like this, you need to have a clerk of works who represents you. That's what Commissioner General was saying. Who represents you on site. Yes, it's their project, yes, but it's our money. You need to have a clerk of works who looks at the design and stays on site and ensure that is implemented per design. That didn't happen. That's another elapse.
Yes.
Thirdly, full payment of contract works should be done at the end of a project. You cannot pay if the project is still in progress.
Okay.
In case what happens, now he has defaulted, you have not collected insurance or bank bonds from him, now the contract is in problem, how do you get your money back, or how do you complete it? I'm sure in your contract you didn't put the issue of forced labor, whereby if the contractor defaults, we will provide the materials and then he pays the workers. That was not captured.
For the ward allocation projects, we did not.
No, I'm coming. A contract is a contract. Public funds are public funds.
I agree.
Standards must be followed to ensure that public funds are not wasted. You've done your best, but you didn't capture it in totality. I understand everything. I saw the report, but briefly though. Okay. But the point is, you have to look at these contract rules again to ensure that public, even you have to even go further to have retention fee of 11% of the project cost. You keep it aside in case they don't deliver, you take from the money and pay. If they don't, you go to the bank bonds and then they pay. But once those rules in contracting is not strictly adhered to, monies will be spent and works will not be finished.
I agree. I agree. It's a big lapse.
Yes. Madam, just before I hand you over to the council, on the issue of the BOQ, you have told this commission that for this particular project you are highlighting, that the total cost of the project was 525.
Yes.
And I believe that you have answered the question that was asked by Honorable Silla.
Yes.
That whether it was a proper BOQ that was provided.
Yes.
And you answered in the positive.
Yes.
Now, my question is, you have indicated that when you ask the ward as to how to pay for the difference, they said they would raise their own funds.
Yeah.
Was this the method and the reliability of them raising that funds? Was it captured in the BOQ so that you will be able to ascertain whether what they have told you is practical and is possible?
Yes, you are quite right, Ma. What happened was, after receiving the BOQ,
yes,
then when I saw the $525, then
we are asking all these questions because
yeah,
we are going to ask you a lot of questions on all of these big projects that you have implemented. Yes. That is why we want to have it correct from the inception. Yes, you can go on.
Actually, when I received the BOQ from the ward level,
yes,
and I saw the 500, because I have a draftmanship officer in my office, who I saw the BOQ, and then he looked at it, and then he told me that the costing is okay, but then the ward is giving 500,000, and now the ward is coming up with 525,000. So that prompted me to ask the ward councillor, because the ward councillor is the chairperson or chairman to the ward committee. So that's why I asked him that question. Now, the monies are already paid into your account, 500,000, and your BOQ have stated 525,000. How do you intend to raise these mobilization funds? Because most of the time, these communities, they rely on free labor. Communities, during their ward meetings, they will tell you that we will provide labor free of charge. So these are sometimes the things we take for granted, when actually these are the realities at the end of the day we normally face.
Council, you may proceed.
Now, do you have that captured in the activity report?
What?
The Jigo construction?
Yes, if you look at our activity report.
For 2022?
Yes, they are
We will give you the report for 2022. And you please show us where it is captured. Is that okay?
2023, I think, yes. (2022) or 2023, but let me see.
You have seen it?
Yes.
Can I please see it? I believe you're also part of the contracts committee, correct?
Yes.
Let me show you the contracts file, which the chairperson has already asked for. Do you recognize that file?
Yes.
Do you confirm that is a contracts file for the Brikama Council?
Yes.
May I please have it? Madam Chair, I will apply to tender the contracts file for the Brikama Council. It has no start and end date. It is just one file in evidence as an exhibit. And please just refer me to the exact page in relation to the report with respect to the construction of the pavement along Jambara Sane access road, correct? Jennifer.
Construction of Jambara Sane.
The contracts file of Brikama Area Council is hereby admitted in evidence and marked as LGC/AS/BKAC/003.
As the commission pleases. Madam Bojang,
Yes.
is this what the report is with respect to the...
Council, may I take this again?
Please.
Sorry. There is an error in my exhibit number. The Contracts Committee file for Brikama Area Council is hereby admitted in evidence and marked as LGC/AB/BKAC/002 instead of AS.
As the commission places. Now, Madam Bojang,
Yes.
in some instances you will have
Yes.
a complete... May I proceed, Chair?
Yes, please.
In some instances you will have a complete report
Yes.
giving a detailed information regarding what the status quo is or what the stage of the project is.
Yes.
But you don't have that for
Jambar Sane.
Yes, you don't have
as
that.
I said earlier on, you know, NRA serves as the consultant.
Yes.
So NRA is doing that on behalf of council. But this status report that I give is to give an overall information as to which projects are ongoing and which projects are completed and at which stage.
But you will still agree that even if NRA is giving a report, you
Yes.
as the director of planning and development should have your own report.
You are
Because these are projects that have been embarked on by council, correct?
Yes, you are indeed.
And council is a signatory to these tripartite agreements.
Indeed.
Both council, NRA, and
Indeed.
the
Indeed.
whosoever the beneficiary is.
We should not have relied more on our joint.
Yeah, so you don't really have a report per se,
Yes.
because what you have here
Yes.
is you have a column with the heading construction of Brikama Jambar Sane to Kunjur Highway, West Coast Region, Nyambai Ward. You have the amount, $9,994,900 is. You have the column for whether it is ongoing or not. And you have a column which states additional work to be done. But if I may ask you, what additional work are you talking about?
These are the shallow drainage that I mentioned earlier.
Please increase your voice.
I said this is the shallow drainage.
Yeah, but it is not captured in
this
the
is
report.
what I said. I said it's not detailed.
Yes, not detailed
Yes.
enough.
Yes.
So
I agree. I agree.
You agree?
Yes.
Let me just come in here quickly again. I want to retake the exhibit number for the Contracts Committee file. But before I do so, Madam, let me ask that this contract file, is it containing all you've been given to check? Is it containing all the contracts from 2018 to?
Well, I may not recall because we have what is called petty works and major contracts. Okay. Yes.
All right, thank you. Let me just retake the exhibit number. The contract file for Brikama Area Council is admitted in evidence and marked as LGC/AB/BKAC/003.
As the commission places.
Thank you.
Now may I please request exhibit 003? But you have already confirmed that the report is not detailed enough to inform anyone regarding the stage
and
of
the remaining
contract
works
to be done.
Yes.
Now, I also believe you have taken part in the process in relation to the contract, but I've seen the contract agreement. Yes, that's it. You take part in reviewing the contract?
Which contracts?
The one awarded to Jigo?
Well, yes. You know, as I mentioned earlier, NRA serves as the consultant.
Yes.
So during the review, that is the process of reviewing all those who bidded for the contracts, I was part of the exercise.
Yeah, because the issue here...
And NRA...
Go ahead.
NRA took the lead.
Yes, the issue here is the fact that payment was outstanding. But the contract, when I looked at it, it did not indicate how much or the mode of payment to Jigo. You understand? But I will check it and then I will show you that nowhere is it stated in the contract that the mode of payment. What can you tell us about what was agreed upon between the parties?
Well, the contract. One thing I know is about the contract sum.
Yes.
That is 9 point.
No, but if you are saying it is outstanding, then you must know when a certain payment should be done.
Well, it depends on when NRA put forward the payment certificate.
Now, again, do you normally award certificate upon completion?
Works upon completion.
Yes. Do you?
I can remember only once that we award works completion certificate.
Why is that?
Well, these are some of the lapses that we have been discussing.
Lapses? What do you mean lapses? I mean, why would that be a lapse?
Well,
you as the director, you know this should be done? Correct?
Yes. I have to agree.
You have to agree?
Yes. It should be done.
Now, let me show you the contract. Between Brikama Area Council and Jigo Construction.
Yes.
And if you turn to the third page, you will see method of payment.
Yes.
And contract price and consideration. Now, by the way, who will normally draft these contracts for the area council? The contract agreements?
The contract agreement is the role of the procurement.
Procurement?
But
to draft?
Yes, to draft.
They draft this agreement?
Yes, but then as I said, with regards to these roads, major capital, NRA serve as the consultant.
Yes,
because they guided us throughout.
But the area council signed this document, correct?
Yes, indeed.
You signed it with Jigo,
yes,
correct?
Yes.
So, again, you will now be able to tell us more about that particular information. What would be the method of payment?
It depends.
No, you have the contract with you.
Yes, based on the contract agreement, you have the scope of work, you have considered contract price, method of payment. It's all stipulated.
What is the method of payment?
The method of payment is payment will be effected at the contractor designated bank as per the details within the specified period in the appendix attached to the contract. Name, that is the bank address, and then BBAN and other details.
Yes. Is it stated anywhere in the contract regarding how much should be paid at what stage?
Well, I haven't gone through.
You may go through it. It's not much. It's about 3-4 pages.
Okay.
You have a column for consideration.
Yes.
Do you see that? Can you please read that?
Yes. The employer hereby covenants to pay to the contractor in consideration for the construction and completion of the works. The contract price, including contingency items, computed on the basis of the unit price and the estimated quantities listed in the contract bill of quantities.
Yes. So it says upon completion.
Yes.
Correct? I'm just going by the terms of the contract.
Yes.
The consideration. We know you should pay, that there should be a method or a mode of payment. At what stage would you pay what? And this is clearly guided by the GPA rules and regulation, correct?
Yes.
But in the agreement, it is not stated. In fact, what is stated there is upon completion. Do you see that?
Yes.
Or do you see anywhere where it has clearly outlined how much should be paid and at what stage? It's not there.
No, I haven't seen it also.
Correct?
Yes.
But you also have an agreement, minutes of meeting at the level of the, I think it's the contracts committee. Just see that it is added or attached to the agreement. Where in your meetings, you've outlined the mode of payment in your meetings, but that is really not the contract. It is different from the agreement that you had with Jigo.
We have never.
Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
Yes.
In the minutes of the council,
yes,
or the contracts committee, let me show you. You clearly outline how much should be paid with the GPA Act and Regulation. But the agreement does not, or is not detailed enough to state how much will pay to Jigo. Now, on what basis would Jigo stop work when a certain amount is not paid to them? I'm asking you.
Well, I may have little to answer there.
Why is that?
Because, as I said, we rely more on NRA, who serves as the consultant.
Yes.
Because whenever payment should be done to Jigo or any other contractor,
Yeah.
they have to put forward a payment certificate.
Okay.
Yes, that now he is entitled to be paid.
Now it says in the minutes that the committee informed the contractor that 20% advance payment will be given,
yes,
as per the GPA rules and regulations. However, due to the mass and bulk purchases of materials in the mobilization, the client will pay 80% of receipts for materials on site upon request. What does that mean?
Well, what I understand is, as per the statement,
yes,
when works is normally done, when the amount is paid to the contractor,
yes,
so NRA will always certificate when they see that amount being paid to the contractor is used on ground.
Again, let us take it back.
Yes.
It says that 20% advance payment will be given as per the GPA rules and regulations.
Yes,
Go ahead.
Yes, 20%.
Yes, and due to the mass and bulk purchases of materials in the mobilization,
yes,
the client will pay 80%.
Yes.
Who is the client here?
BAC.
Brikama is the client.
Yes.
And you will pay 80% of receipts for materials,
yes,
on site upon request. What does that mean? I mean, this is the minutes of the meeting,
yes,
not the contract itself. But I want to understand what that means.
As per the minutes.
Yes, I am saying that these are the minutes of the meeting. Let me tell you. Let me just show you. It says minutes of negotiations with Jigo,
yes,
Construction,
yes,
Company Limited, for the construction of reinforced concrete pavement along Brikama Jambar Sane Access Road,
yes,
held at the Brikama Area Council on the 33rd of June 2022.
yes,
Now, those present would be Brikama Area Council Chairperson, Jigo was present, Amadou Jigo, NRA, Brikama Area Council Secretary, Alaji Jeng, Bala Musa Dabo, and Adama Bojang, of course, as the Director of Planning.
yes,
Do you follow?
yes.
Now, again, in the minutes, it has clearly outlined part as to how part of the payment should be done, where it states that 20% will be paid as advance payment.
Yes.
But again, also, that in relation to the bulk purchase of materials in the mobilization, the client will pay 80% of receipts for materials on site upon request. This I don't understand. Maybe Commissioner Sida can help us here. But I am saying even the minutes you have does not really fully disclose the mode of payment with respect to the contract. Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
Yes, I
Can
do.
you now shed more light on this?
I do.
Go ahead.
For me, my thinking was we have to follow the procurement procedure, that is paying off the 20%
Yes.
as mobilization fees.
Yes.
But then for the detailed statement that you have read to me,
Yes.
what I want to, based on the bulk purchases,
Yes.
you know, sometimes contractors, they do mobilize their own resources on the ground
Yes.
before the client paying them,
Yes.
based on the mutual relationship they have with the client.
Yes.
Yes.
With the client.
With the client, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was that what opted on the at the time?
Yes.
So that's more like a pre-finance?
Yes.
Are you saying there was an element of pre-finance in this contract?
Yes.
Is that what you are saying?
Yes.
You are sure about this?
Yes.
That the Jigo should have pre-finance?
Jigo pre-finance.
What would they pre-finance?
He pre-financed the construction.
The construction?
Yes.
If it was pre-financed, then why would Jigo stop the project based on
actually,
payment
when you pre-finance to a certain level, obviously you need to recover your money.
I have no problem with that. I'm just saying,
yes,
neither the minutes of the meeting nor the contract agreement is clear enough to show what payment.
Then I quite agree that these are lapses.
You don't have to agree. You don't have to agree. Maybe I am the one who is trying to understand for the benefit of the commissioners regarding the nature of the contract.
Yes.
Yes.
Council, I understand what is. I think there is an issue here. The point is, as per the council meeting,
yes,
and what we have just read, it seems that it was a pre-financing project,
yes,
or a project that was subject to pre-financing. But if it is pre-financing, it has to also be captured in the contract, say that it is pre-financing.
Yes.
When it is pre-financing, because what is saying that you have to pay 80% of the money because the materials are already on site. That is correct. That could be correct. But the danger now is, if the materials are on site and you pay the 80% and the work is not done, where would that leave you as a client? One. Two, when this is done, 20% paid, 80% on site, the contractor has got his 100%. Now, we all know, I don't want to mention the percentage that contractors make in road construction, but it's huge. So, only this part, financing was closed. And now the contractor will be working on his profit. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Yeah. So I think it should have been good for it to be mentioned that the road is going to be pre-financed, fully pre-financed, or this percentage of works should be pre-financed. And then you follow the payment procedures. But when it is like this, there is a huge gap between the contractor and the client.
Yes, anyone?
Yes, can you answer?
Yes.
Paul is having issues. Proceed.
Yes, what do you have to say about what Honorable Silla said?
I quite agree.
Okay.
Yes, these are, as I said, these are gaps that we need to learn from.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, my issue is that you have told this commission that NRA has been very helpful.
Yes.
And having listened to your evidence, we are finding out that this particular project is a pre-finance project. Now, how do you maintain an independent verification of the job that you need, that the job that needs to be done?
Yes.
By the contractor?
Yes.
If the project is pre-financed and you have to give honorarium to NRA,
yes,
in the event you do not have the money,
yes,
to give to NRA,
yes,
don't you think the person that is supposed to validate, critique the job, and give you documentation saying whether the contractor has complied with specifications and or otherwise,
yes,
would be compromised?
Yes, it could be compromised.
No, that is one.
Yes, it
my
could
second,
be.
My second question is that, why would, given the quantum of money involved, why would the council not elect to procure the services of an independent contractor, consultant, to give you proper reports on time, and you will be certain that whatever he is reporting, he will be unbiased. Because the NRA officers, they have their job TORs cut out for them at the level of the ministry.
Yes.
So they can only do your job after they have finished doing their job. And in fact, that will even encourage them to abandon their official job and do your job because they are expecting honorarium. Is that not the case?
Yes, it could be.
You understand?
Yes, it could
So
be.
why would the council not elect to get an independent consultant, not to compromise the work?
Actually, what I did at my level was to identify that we need an engineer to the council, which
Yes.
the council need to employ.
Yes,
And then it has been communicated to the service commission, the local service commission,
yes,
and then advertisement was put in place,
Yes.
inviting candidates to fill the vacant position of engineer/development officer. They started the process, but when we went to the sublisting of those candidates, we find out that what is required of an engineer was not found on those candidates. So the process is still on at the level of the local service commission to employ. Probably when we have an engineer as a council, this will mitigate or curb all those things that you have already highlighted. Or the best alternative, as you said, is to go in for and hire a consultant.
yes. Because for these works, whether you have an in-house, it is indeed important for you
Yes.
to have an in-house engineer because as a council,
Yes.
you are entitled to embark on mega projects.
Yes.
And so it's important to have somebody inside that could properly guide you. But that notwithstanding, to have the independence and the objectivity, particularly when it comes to big projects like road construction, etc.,
Yes.
it has to be an independent consultant
You
to
are right.
give you value for money.
You are right, ma'am.
And that is why all of the projects have failed.
You are
And
right.
even if they do not fail, they are substandard projects, which you need to redo 2-3 years down the line, which is also another big blow to the taxpayers because they keep paying tax without seeing where the money is going to. Is that not the case?
Yes, you are right. The notion we had at that time was NRA being the only road authority. And we thought that...
Yes, you can consult.
Yes.
That is why you have a central government.
Yes.
You can consult. And you have the opportunity and the ability to be able to leverage on some of the possible support that you
Yes.
can get
Yes.
from the NRA.
Yes.
But you have to be mindful of the fact that they have a TOR,
Yes.
and where money is involved, there is the possibility of them abandoning their job, which is going to be another cost to the Gambian people to do your job because there is monetary element in what you are doing.
You are quite right, ma'am.
Right? Thank you. Council, you may proceed.
These are lessons that we need to learn.
Now, again, don't you think it would have been wiser to at least obtain the service of a legal practitioner for the drafting of these agreements?
Yes, you are right.
Again, Madam Bojang, you don't really have to just agree with whatever we say.
No, because already
You are here as an expert.
I know,
so-
I know. I am not an expert to that level. But then, when it comes to drafting of contract agreements, these are areas that we need to be very mindful.
Yes.
And then, as you advise, we need to secure the service of a legal person.
I asked this
Yes.
because from the report, you have paid a substantial amount of money, probably around $7 million,
Yes.
according to the claim from the council.
Yes.
Is that not the case?
Yes.
Let's say between $6 to $7 million is paid to the contractor.
Yes.
Now we have issues here that are not clear. One, we have a pre-finance issue that the contractor should pre-finance. Now, at what level were these payments done? And we have the contract agreement itself saying that the employer hereby covenants to pay to the contractor in consideration of the construction and completion and maintenance of the works. Now, it is very vague. It didn't say anything regarding at what stage should each payment be done. There is no detail provided. You have the contractor receiving $7 million or thereabout, and the contract is not completed. Do you understand?
Yes, I understand.
And you have advised that you have said in your statement that the contract is not completed because payment is not done.
Yes.
But how much is outstanding? You don't know.
Yes.
You don't know.
I cannot ascertain that.
Why? Because you don't have the necessary information.
Yes.
Is that the case?
Yes.
All right, that's fine. We will take the rest with the CEO. Now, we have other issues as well, unless there are other questions regarding the contract.
Just a quick one. The NRA, are they working for and on behalf of the council?
NRA?
As the consultant?
Yes.
You are the owners of the project?
Yes.
They are your consultant?
Yes.
And there should be a reporting mechanism between you and NRA?
Yes.
Is that being followed?
Yes.
That's up to date?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Now we have another contractor, that is the Panacea Building and Design. Do you recall this?
Panacea?
Yes. You don't recall this? Just write it down and find out.
You mean the construction of an estate in New Yundum?
Let me see. We have, it is awarded to Malik Gai, agricultural draftsmanship. We don't really know. Yes, market shed.
Yes.
Market shed.
Yes, these are contracts that took place during my leave.
Your leave?
Yes.
You were on leave?
I was on leave while
for a month? Is that
in Mecca. I was in Mecca by then.
You were in?
Mecca. I was performing my Hajj then.
Okay, oh, in Mecca?
Yes.
You said Mecca? Oh, I didn't hear you well.
Yes.
But how long? Where were you on leave?
Well, I was, within 1 month I was in Mecca. When I came, I applied for another extra 1 month leave because of my health.
But what can you tell us as a director? If you resume, you would have had substantial information.
Yes. This contractor was responsible for the construction of an open set in New Yundum Market.
Yes.
Yes.
Was it constructed?
Yes, it was
completed?
Yes.
But the report is we don't have a certificate of completion.
That one we need to
How would we know whether it is completed or not?
I was on the ground. I visited the site.
How about the rehabilitation of access road awarded to Saro and Sons Company? You don't know anything about it?
In Farato,
yes.
The gravel road, that one was completed.
Do you have a certificate of completion?
No.
There was an award to Baisa Lateral Drilling and Plumbing Enterprise.
Yes.
The amount is $1,050,200. You recall this?
Yes, I recall this. These are drilling of 2 boreholes in the Furnace.
Was it also completed?
Yeah, but Baisa started the actual work.
Yes.
He drilled the borehole.
Yes.
But to a certain level, he also defaulted. And then through the services of the water...
He defaulted?
Yes. He defaulted, that is completion on time.
Yes.
So the water resources, who also serve as the consultant through one member, Jabi,
yes,
was able to come up with the remaining works, and then council bought those materials, and then the plumbers at our office did the remaining works.
Was it paid in full?
Baisa.
Yes.
No.
Well,
all the contract amounts.
Well, the facts are that there was a payment of $948,780.
Yes.
On the 25th of October, 2021. Mm-hmm. And again, you had another second payment of $527 $100. So again, that would have been a complete payment to the contractor. Why was the work not completed? Do you know? And do you have an activity report for this one?
Yes, I did mention it also in the report.
In the report?
Yes.
Can you please refer us to the report?
Then that only the road cutting was remaining, because road cutting was also part of the contract.
No, but the amount was paid in full.
I mean, the actual drilling of the borehole was completed. You know, you have different parts of the component.
Yes.
Then the communities need to do the trench digging. Huh? The trench digging. And then the borehole, the one of the communities in Kawale, you have the water facilities would also move to the other side of the community, where it entails cutting the road.
Now, can we see what you have with respect to your activity report?
Borehole drilling completed. However, the road cutting is ongoing currently in Kawale.
Let me see. Now, there's also another contract awarded to SAR Construction by, of course, Brikama Area Council. The amount is $9,758,925
Yes.
in 2020. Do you recall this one?
Yes.
Now, the amount was paid in full.
Yes.
Was the job completed?
Yes.
Do you have a certificate of completion?
Well, I'm not sure, but what I know is the job is completed.
Yeah.
Yes.
I believe it's almost time, Madam Chairperson. Are there questions for the witness before we proceed?
Ask this one last question. Madam Bojang.
Yes.
Is it correct that as of 28th of July 2022, that is the period or time that you really recommended to the council to allow for projects that are coming from the wards to have proper BOQs? So my question is, prior to this recommendation being made to council, they would just bring in any estimates, not actual BOQs to attach time frame and cost for the projects that you have given them monies to execute.
Okay, I think we have also learned lessons from.
No. The question is,
yes.
Answer first.
Yes.
I said prior to 28th of July,
yes.
2022.
Yes.
What used to happen was that wards will bring estimates, not BOQs that are costed properly and timelines set out for the execution of these projects.
When you say words, you know, they come in different form.
Yes.
Sometimes we have projects that are initiated by the community themselves.
Yes.
And sometimes they will write to council,
yes,
for council to assist,
yes,
in the completion of those projects.
yes.
What we normally do is we normally go out to the community and do some assessment. And then when we assess, then one of my technicians will provide the necessary BOQ that needs to be, that is needed to complete those projects. And then for the ward allocated projects, as mentioned earlier, these are initiated projects by the community. And the lessons that we have learned there is, one, those projects need to be identified properly. That is the ward participation of the people. It should be all inclusive in terms of participation to ensure ownership and sustainability. These are some of the gaps that we have learned through the first allocation. So when come these recent allocated projects, what we did was, we have an implementation manual that was not being followed to the latter. Because when we had this in mind, that we need to empower our communities, because we learned from the CDTV project, the community-driven project that has taken place some years ago, because those projects have yielded some results in terms of empowering our communities, and they have also ensured sustainability of those projects. But then we did not follow the implementation project plan to the latter. So these are some of the gaps that we have learned. So with the recent allocation, what we did was we ensured that projects are carefully identified, and then we ensure that projects are costed by experts. Where communities cannot do, we ask them to come to the council. We can identify people who can do the proper costing for the on behalf of the communities.
Yes. Yeah. The reason why I asked the question, Madam Bojang, is the fact that the law provides that you must receive project proposals from the ward level.
Yes.
And it is in your report.
Yes.
This question is
based
derived from your report.
Yes.
That it is it is on the 28th of July 2022 that you made the recommendation at a council meeting that this should be done. So I am asking whether prior to this they were just submitting estimates.
Yes, estimates.
Because we have to marry the facts.
Indeed.
What happened before and then what you said in your report and what is happening now.
Indeed.
Because in 2022, prior to 2022, council was disbursing money for community projects and ward projects.
Yes.
And these were not executed, and most of them are still hanging. So that is why I asked the question. So prior to you going to council to make these recommendations, what was presented to you as director? Was it just estimates, not actual documents, not actual proper costed documents like the BOQ?
No. What we received was cost estimate.
Cost estimate.
Cost estimate.
That is what I wanted to know. Because your cost estimate and BOQ will be totally different.
Yes.
Because the BOQ will provide the cost element and the timing.
Yes.
And it will be very concise and precise.